Okay, I'm Michelle Taylor from the Graduate School Office. I'm standing instead of Dr. Maddox, who's out of town, but he wanted me to just kind of inform the academic advising faculty or whoever's representing your department information about things that are always a question for the graduate school when students come to us or when they have issues that they find lead into a complaint. Most of the time, we have students who come into the university, and I'm going to just piggyback off of Hassan's comments about students coming in at a point where they don't have a real foundation or a background in an area. They want to get admitted to a particular program that they may not have had their bachelor's degree in or their bachelor's background in. They want to be conditionally admitted, but they may have to go back and take some prerequisites at the undergraduate area because they don't have the background in the area they want to be getting their master's in. For them, that's a problem for some students who have already met all of the post-bac or undergraduate financial aid. Most of our complaints come because financial aid is attached to them continuing on at the master's level. Conditional students do come in with prerequisites needed. Some come in, most of them come in with the GRE needed. You have to have the GRE if you're going to get a master's degree at Texas Southern. If you're in business, you need the GMAT, but you must take one or the other of those exams for whatever program you're getting into. One of those exams are required. You have to make an analytical writing score 3.5 or above to meet our English requirement for proficiency at the graduate level. All students are required to meet that. If they don't make it on the tests, GMAT or the GRE, they can take the English 501 class, but they have to pass it with a satisfactory grade. They must do both. The GRE is required. If they make the analytical writing on the GRE, they don't have to do the class. But if they go and take the class, which is required the first semester if they don't have the GRE and they're admitted conditionally, they have to make the score on the GRE or they have to do the class. Some students think that if I go and take the English class my first semester, I don't have to do the GRE. The GRE is required, whether you pass that English class or not. That class is only required if you don't make the 3.5 on the GRE, but you have to take the GRE or the GMAT if you're business, okay? A lot of students don't, well now I think they're requiring the degree plan to be done up front. A lot of students are coming now that have been requesting an appeal for financial aid because they have either done all the hours or they have fallen below the 3-point average. All students in graduate school are required to make 3.0 on all classes. If they fall below that, the system automatically registers they're on probation. If they have a C grade, that's below 3-point average. If they have a B minus, that's below 3-point average. And the system recognizes that and will not allow them to continue to register themselves. They have to come to the graduate school, which we will send them to their advisor to have the advisor send us in writing that they are requesting to allow that student to continue to register even though their GPA has fallen below the 3-point average. If it falls below it 2 semesters consecutively, that student will be automatically kicked out of the program for a semester at least, depending on the department. If they are academically suspended, the department has to officially readmit them back in. That means they have to come back in with an application. We have to put all of their updated information back into the department so they can see, you know, because you forget who students are and what they've done. When they come back, you get to review all of their academic background so that you will know why they were out of school for a semester or academic year. When they come back, if you choose to readmit them, then they can be readmitted, and then the suspension information has to be overridden by the graduate school or the registrar so that they can get in classes. They have to begin to keep up their GPA. 3.0, they have to make that very first semester they're back in. If they don't, it's going to continue to keep their GPA below 3.0. It's always going to be below 3.0 if they got an F grade and they have not retaken that specific class. Their GPA will continue to be under 3.0. So students need to understand that if they come back, they're going to get blocked until that grade that is blocking their GPA is retaken. A lot of students don't think they have to retake that particular class. They think they can take something else, but that F grade will continue to keep their GPA below 3. To graduate, you have to have a 3.0. It doesn't matter if you take 100 hours. If your GPA is below 3.0, I cannot clear you for graduation. You have to take the courses that are required in your program. If anything's deviating or if you're taking something off campus, you can bring it back in, but the maximum is 6 hours from another university approved by your department. But you have to have a B average in those courses that are allowed to be transferred back. 6 hours maximum. If you make C grades at TSU, the maximum number you can make is 2. You have to balance those 2 C grades with A grades in order to maintain a B average. But all your other courses have to be Bs. They can't be B minus. They have to be full Bs in order for your GPA to balance out with 2 Cs and 2 As that are going to keep your GPA 3.0. You have to do your degree plan as soon as possible. Make sure your students understand what your program requires. Everyone has to make that English requirement. Everyone has to do the GRE. Everyone has to do the number of hours that's required to complete the degree program. I had a young lady come in the other day she had submitted an application to graduate. And she says to me, she says, I want to put my application in now, but I have another class I have to take next semester. Well, you're not finished if you still have a class next semester. So you have to apply during the semester that you're going to complete the requirements, or you're going to do not qualify. We call that D and Q. And then you'll have to reapply and pay again, because if I submit your information to the registrar and they order you a degree to be for that semester and you don't complete, then they have to have a new degree prepared and you have to pay for it. And students don't understand that. They think you can just keep moving their application to the next semester, to the next semester. And that is a cost to the registrar and the graduate school. That's basically the advising information that I think that most academic advisors need to have for their students. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
A conditional admit, how long does this conditional admit have to do those requirements?
Most of our admission requirements for conditional students must be met the first semester. However, we know English 501 sometimes fills up and they may have to go into the next semester. The degree requirements for leveling classes, if you need some prerequisites, they may take a few more semesters than normal. But for financial aid purposes, everything has to be done within that year. And they use the academic year or they use the physical year? Okay. So a 12-month period, financial aid will stop you whether we let you go on or not. Because with our GRE requirement, the dean has given permission to allow students who are registering for it that semester, but they hadn't been able to take it, to go ahead and get back in school, but we can't change your conditional status from conditional to unconditional if we don't have documentation of the GRE score in-house. So that's, some of the students are, having a problem with that because they forget to go back and look at their letter that says you have to have it done the first semester. And when they finally get to the point where financial aid will not let them receive aid as a conditional student, they come to the office and they come with the comment that financial aid says the graduate school needs to change my status to unconditional, but they haven't met the condition. So that's one of the things when you advise students, tell them to enroll in the GRE that semester that they come in, because they need to get that out the way. People are down to graduation time and have not done it, and they can't graduate without it. Any other questions? Call me if you need anything. Advising-wise, we have no problem. I'm training our new workers, who's able to help you with questions if you need it, if I'm not there. But most everybody in the office can help you with any of the questions that you